Hi everybody, I just wanted to stop in. This is Jody from JoJo Bean Creates. Me and my daughter did the first annual Harrisburg area yarn crawl. It was so much fun. We visited 9 stores. First one for Middle Pennsylvania, from what I understand. It was put together by Kayla from Underground Yarn and Books in Hershey. Fantastic woman. I absolutely loved her, and we'll get into her store later. But we actually started in York. We had to go pick up a passport, and on the back was the list of the shops you got to see. And every time you visited a shop, they would give you a new sticker color. So there was 9 stores. They did give you a little map, the addresses of all the stores and the hours that they were available for the 4 days that it ran. So yesterday I drove out to York, and my daughter lives out there, and we started at You and Me Yarn Shop. What a lovely yarn shop. It is like down in, I think it's called like the downtown area of York. It is loaded with great yarn. Every yarn that they carry is such a beautiful colorway. They have great brand names. I can't wait to go back there again. And I mean, I'm mostly a sock knitter, but I'm going to go back and probably get some sweater yarn from there, because they had just beautiful yarn that I forgot that was out, because my local yarn shop doesn't have a lot of what she had. So it was really nice to see that. Definitely one of my favorite yarn shops in Pennsylvania so far. So then we left there after we picked up our passport, and we ended up going west to east yesterday, and we knew we had to get most of the ones up north of my daughter, because it was like more than an hour away. So we stopped at Distelfink Fibers, which was in Carlisle. It was a building on the property, and I think they have sheep. It's pretty cool. But I ended up picking up her and her daughter Di, and I bought this beautiful, it's like this pink but blush, but like corally pink. It is stunningly beautiful. I love this color, and as a color work knitter of socks, this is always great to have in my arsenal. But before I say this one, I did pick up Frogget yarn when I was at You and Me, local dyer of in Pennsylvania. She also does a lot of pop-ups. She has like a hauler, and it's your own little, she can move her little store around wherever, but she makes beautiful colorways. So I did get the Frogget yarn. I still want a couple more colors from her, and I think she does a club, so every month, and I know she does like a book box, and then the colorway is based off of the book. So that was it. That was fun. That one was $29 for the Frogget yarn. Distelfink, I think this was 29 or 32. I don't remember, but it's 480 yards. You know, the basic super wash wool. From Distelfink, we went to String Theory, which was a great store. She had a lot of yarn, a lot of great yarn. I ended up getting Cascade Heritage in this pumpkin color and a brown color, because I'm already thinking about Socktober, which I can't wait for, because I got some sub boxes coming for that. And I got 2 of these, and she was saying that since the first yarn crawl that they put together in Middle Pennsylvania, she was only expecting maybe like 200 people to sign up, but actually like over 500 people signed up to do the yarn crawl. So that was really great. Love to support local yarn shops, but I do love these 2 colors. I use a lot of Heritage. It's usually my go-to for sock knitting for color work. I do love West Yorkshire Spinners. I just don't have anybody that sells it. I also use a lot of Jowool. I use a little bit of Knit Picks, but I mostly buy them because they're local to me. So we left String Theory, and we went to Yarn Much, which was kind of interesting. It was in a farmer's market, and I didn't get anything from, did I get something from there? No, I didn't. I did not get something from there. But I can say I will be going back there, because she had some beautiful yarns. She's actually in a farmer's market. She said she was there for like 13 years, and what a great space. I wish we would have had more time. We were running out of time because the store was closing, so we didn't have a lot of time for the last couple of shops, except for the last shop on day one, which I'll get into that. So then we left there and we went to Susquehanna Purls, which was a really interesting location. It was in Hershey, near the park. It was in a basement of, it was UPMC Medical Center up top, and then in the bottom floor and then the basement floor, it was kind of like a food court and also vendors. They had like dog biscuit vendors, coffee vendors, Italian pastry, bakery, which she was from Italy. Amazing food there. It was great. They had like a lady that sold cards, which was stationery, which is build your own bouquet. It was pretty cool, but she also let us in on a little tidbit of information. She bought a trolley. So Susquehanna Purls is going to be a mobile yarn shop, and it's going to be in a trolley, like those like little trolleys you see in like those towns. I know like up here in the Poconos, we have one in Delaware Water Gap, and they go around, they give you the tour of the town and the surrounding area. She's refurbishing a trolley, and it's going to be a mobile yarn shop. So that was pretty, she carried Little Wolf independent dyer, beautiful colorway, amazing. The only problem, I didn't get anything from them, only because the colorway that they had, I know I have a lot of that fall independent dyer color because I always gravitate toward it. Obviously, my couch is orange. It's like a russet orange. I'm very warm in my house. So from there, we went to the Underground Yarn and Bookstore. It is literally a yarn and bookstore. The cutest thing is that they have a house dog named Olive, and she is she's a little pitty, and she's got one eye. So they have little bags. I'm gonna try to edit, and I'm not that good at editing right now, but they do have like a project bag, like a tote bag, and it does zip, so you can make it a project bag with her outline with her little eye, and it says wink wink. So that was really great. But Kayla and her husband own Underground Yarn and Book. They have amazing selection of books. She is an amazing dyer. She owns Little Loopy Yarn. So I did buy a lot from her. So I bought this Brights. I don't usually gravitate towards these, but for some reason I thought I'm going to do something that I don't normally do and buy like Brights. And I absolutely love this periwinkle, like purpley color. I don't know. I have to figure out what to do with these, but it just reeked summer. I just loved it. So I got this, and this was $33, and it is a superwash. I think it's the normal 25 nylon, 75% superwash. Oh my gosh. I also got this beautiful green called Ponderosa. I'm gonna do the Charlotte Stone mallard socks for my daughter. So this was a color I was looking for, because she wanted them exactly like Charlotte's picture. So that's what I was looking for. And I also got this other color from Little Loopy. It is, I don't know what color this is. Is there a color on here? Oh, Toasted. So I got these two, which is going to be part of that. And let me show you the label. It's Little Loopy Yarns. It's probably going to be backwards for you guys. But, oh, beautiful, beautiful colors. I love her colorway. So that was the end of our first day. So then this morning we got up and we did our second day. So because my daughter lives in York, PA, and Lancaster is relatively close, Wrightsville is pretty close. So the last three shops, we started out in Lititz, PA. And if you've never been to Lititz, it is such a fun town. It's like a bustling town. There's a lot of shops, coffee shops, and there's an English pub called, I think it's the Boar's Head Pub. I mean, it is just, it's such a fun thing. And we actually, when we went there, we actually stopped at this plant store. I think it's the Lititz flower shop. The girl's name is Kim. She was amazing, and I ended up getting this little pot cover. It was like a little burlappy thing, and it says "Rooting for You." And my daughter bought some plants, so that was our walk on the way to. We were going to Ewebiquitous. Ewebiquitous was a very neat store. I did get I got this one. I got from Bad Sheep Yarn. I got this colorway. It's called Dr. Jekyll. And it just was a weird color, and I like it. I like the weird color. I thought this is going to be really fun to find like a fair isle. I just picture this fair isle with some like darks and greens and maybe a cream color or something like that. Even like a darker brown with a lighter color. I don't know. We'll figure it out when I get there. But that was from Bad Sheep Yarn. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. Again, it was the superwash merino nylon 75-25. But yeah, I really like the color. So then there is, so about Ewebiquitous, it is on the main street there, and they have a lot. You are going to be, the bags, they have these great bags. I didn't need any more bags than what I have right now. I mean, in the future, there is a couple bags there that I definitely would like to go back for. It was a felted and leather, a wool felted bag with leather. It was so pretty. I think it ran around $120. Not that I didn't want to spend $120 because I clearly will spend money on yarn. But it was, they had a lot of stuff, like a lot of things, like signs, sheep things, wool signs, buttons, tchotchkes, you name it, it was probably in there. It was a pretty cool store. I did come out with just this one. I didn't get anything else from there. So we left Lititz and we went down to Snake and Skein in Lancaster, PA. It's really trendy. It's like in a basement. If you do have any kind of disability, like handicap, unfortunately, there's nothing they can do to help you. I mean, they could try to help you get down the stairs, but it kind of reminds me of like the old Cheers bar. It was like down in the basement. I think there was maybe a tattoo place upstairs. It was very, very like new agey. But I did get, it's called Perennial, and I was looking for like a minty green color. So this actually is 60% superwash, 25% Suri alpaca, and 15% nylon. I don't have my glasses on. 15% nylon. This is so soft, and I'm hoping it would be okay to knit with just a bait. We'll find out, won't we? You don't know until you try. So yeah, this is super soft, Perennial. I'm not sure where this comes from. I've never heard of the yarn, but it does have a lot of what you don't normally see on an indie dyer, but I think this is, I don't know if it's actually an indie dyer. Something woolery. I can't read that. Let me grab my glasses and see if I can read what that says. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to come back to that one. But yeah, I got that one. Oh, Kelborn Perennial in the color Sea Spray. So, yep. So there's that. And then our last stop was at Irina's at Fliying Fibers. And if you've never been, it's like a little farm, and they have like this little barn, and they have their own wool. They have their own sheep. And I believe she said they have alpacas. She does Wool Wednesday on Fliying Fibers on Instagram. She does a short clip of information on wool. She does shear them. She raises them. They specialize in British yarn. So I know that's my spot to go get West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. And like I said, I'm always gravitating towards fall colors, and this basically looks like my living room right now. I love this self-striping yarn. I buy the self-striping yarn so when I'm like at work and I want to stop and knit, I can knit and I can pick it up, start knitting, throw it back in the bag, and whenever I get to where I gotta get, it's always like a quick knit, like no purling, just really quick, usually magic loop. And I like the West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply. I like it. It's kind of, it feels more rustic than say a hand dye, but I love the way it feels. I'm looking forward to making some more Birkenstock clogs socks, because at work I'm known as like, let's see your socks today, because I'm always making socks, and of course they're color work. But that concluded the 9 stores that we went to in a day and a half. And what we have to do now is they give you a little QR code, and we got to scan it, and we had to write our names here. And I guess you get a prize for visiting all the shops. Now, all the shops did have little raffles. Distelfink had 2. Fliying Fibers has this most fantastic flying fiber bag. It's a wax canvas and a linen. Oh my gosh, they made it just for Fliying Fibers. And I told Irene, I'm like, I'll be expecting your call sometime tomorrow. It is just a beautiful bag, and she's putting some skeins and an eye mask, I think, with lavender. Another one had a couple skeins of yarn, like yarn kit. It just was amazing. A mug, it was really cute with a sheep on it. Inside was orange, so I'm like, oh, I like that one too. So yeah, that was the first annual Harrisburg yarn crawl, and I can't wait to go on another one. Let me know what you think. Have you been on a yarn crawl? What did you like the most about the yarn crawl? I just found for myself, I would have never known they were out there. I wouldn't have looked for them. I have 2 yarn stores around me, actually 3. I live in eastern Pennsylvania, in Easton, PA, and we have Bethlehem, which is our Knitter's Edge, and then in Emmaus we have Conversational Threads, and also north across the bridge in New Jersey we have Winterberry Yarn, and she's an indie dyer as well, and she does amazing colors, and I'll have to visit that store and bring you along with me. So hope everybody's happy knitting. I know it's really hot out today, and I can't wait to be inside and start planning on what I'm going to do with all this great yarn. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Happy knitting.